Everybody. I made a video just recently about kind of a little bit of a rant of not buying on overpriced homes, and I want to talk today about overpriced cars as well. So we just went through a fun story here. My wife had a 2014 Escape, and it was at its last leg right now, which is a shame, but it had a lot of problems and a lot of work coming up here, and we just decided the other day to trade it in. And so we traded it in, didn't get a ton of money for it, but we got a good amount. Got a 2016 Ford Fusion, which is working really nice and it's in good shape. Got it for a great deal. But my point is, I did a lot of research the last few weeks, and I know a decent amount about car loans. I used to do them all the time with the credit union, and how things are priced. And the last year and a half, 2 years, dealerships are overpricing cars, you guys. We're just going to be real with it. They're way overpriced. And so what I encourage you to do, and it's a fun story because I was at my credit union the other day, and I had to overhear this little old man walk in and basically try and get his car loan through them. And she ran the numbers on everything and had the purchase order and all that stuff. And this dealership, I will not name them, but if they ever see this, they should be ashamed of themselves. They had a used car that they were selling for $9,000 and change. I don't remember what it was. I just overheard $9,000 and some change. She ran the values on everything, and it came back $4,800 for the value of the car. Trying to screw this guy out of money, big time. I don't know what was wrong with it. I didn't hear in the long run because they weren't going to fund that. But the point is, dealerships are trying to make up money, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus because I know there's a lot of great dealerships out there, a lot of great people that I've worked with at dealerships, but they are trying to make up the money of all the lost sales and all the costs on their products and prices, and their cars not coming into inventory in the last 2 years. What I got for my car, they're going to probably flip that car and sell it for $3,000 more. What my car is worth right now, my HRV, which is my other car, guys, I got a value on it a couple of weeks ago. In a year or two, when everything levels off and car prices come back to reality, hopefully, can't get a whole lot worse on car prices right now, my car might not be worth today what they gave me, or they quoted me last week. But all the other cars that I might look at you down the road, used cars that are 3 or 4 years old, are going to be back down. Cars are like overpriced. Some cars are overpriced by $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 right now, you guys. You have to think that when you're looking at cars. I've seen a couple examples as of recently where clients and people are telling me their payments. Now, payments are very high on average. If you look up what the average, I'm not saying that. But I'm sitting there looking at their car and how much they bought it for, and I'm like, wow, I wonder how much that was 2 years ago. And I would guess on these cars that most of them are $3,000 or $4,000 less. And it's something to think about. And what I'm saying is not so much like if your car is dead and it's like barely worth $2,000 and it's got $1,000 of work to do it, and you want to save for a new used car, I would definitely look for a new used car. I would not get a new car anytime soon, because those are way overpriced. And I mean, unless you have incredible credit and put a ton of money down payment on it, your payments can be outrageous. I mean, I don't know how too many people that want a $700 or $800 payment on a car. That's insane, absolutely insane. But my point is, used cars are out there. You just got to be careful at the dealerships of where you're going. The major A listed dealerships out there. The major Ford ones around you, the major GMs, the major Chevrolets, they're all pretty good people. Some of those, and when you get in the A and B listed people, you got to be careful on what they're selling you, making sure what it's worth. Do your research. I did a ton of research. Most of those people that post on their websites, this is the car, they'll give you a Carfax. Read through the Carfax. Has there been a lot of work done? Is everything up to date, first of all? Because these are all costs that you got to start adding up. Brakes haven't been changed in 3 years. That's a problem, right? That's more money. Maybe something's wrong with the engine. They had to replace this, the oil, the coolant, Just make sure it's maintenance. There's so many things, you guys, when buying a car that you have to look at and do your research. And don't overpay for a car. If you sit there and look at a car and say, and then you see one car, for my example, okay, right? My example, I'm going to rant a little bit, right? My wife's Ford Escape. I, just for the hell of it, looked up a few more Ford Escapes from that same year within a 50-mile radius for sale for me. Found probably 2 of them that were about the exact same mileage within a couple $1,000s. They were selling for ridiculous prices, you guys. Ridiculous. So yeah, they're going to make money off of me on that car probably. What I traded in for, they're going to probably sell mine for at least 3,000, maybe more than that extra. And someone will buy it. Is that car worth 3,000 extra? Absolutely not. That's my point. So just be careful. That's my advice. I've bought, well, now technically I bought this car, so this will be my 3rd purchase car with my wife, and I've leased 2 other cars. So I think this is like my 5th, maybe 3. I don't know. It's my 5th or 6th lease and buy. So I've done a lot of research. I worked in the banking. I know how it all works. If you ever have questions, please reach out to me about car loans, anything financial, not just financial coaching, budgeting, and debt. I have a lot of vast knowledge, and I do a lot of research, and I'm detailed, you guys. And I will hook you up with the most details to make sure you're not getting screwed over. And you just got to be careful. Do your research. If they allow you to inspect it, grab your mechanic and say, hey, come with me. I'm looking at this car. A lot of people will let them inspect it, or they'll run an inspection where they already have for you. I mean, just make sure you're not getting screwed over on these cars. I'll see you next time.